Ooh. Oh, oh, Jesus Christ. Boo. Hello, and welcome to a special edition of Chemo Talk. It's Halloween, so grab a friend and prepare to get scared as we tell you some Halloween stories. See you on the other side. Hello, and welcome to the Halloween edition of Chemo Talk. I'm Sandra Goldman, but you can call me Wonder Woman. Everyone does. Now, today, we of course are going to have a little bit of chemo. I'm all plugged in. A little bit of coffee. And of course, we'll talk. Now, this episode was actually inspired by a really great question that we got from the DMs. Of course, if you want to send me any questions, you can find me on Instagram at ChemoTalkSandra or on Twitter and TikTok at ChemoTalk. And we love answering these questions and really helping people understand, more about the chemotherapy process and also about what a cancer patient goes through. So the question is, what is the scariest part of going through cancer? That's a really excellent question. There's many things you can talk about. You can talk about having to face your own mortality, not really knowing what the future holds, not knowing whether chemotherapy is going to work. Is my my vagina going to fall off? Will I ever be able to give blowjobs again? These are all really great questions. But I think the scariest part about being a cancer patient is the reactions of other people. And that is actually what our episode is all about. It's about the ghosts of cancer present. One of the most important things for a cancer patient is to have social support while they're going through their treatment. And this means having family and friends around them and supporting them in the ways that the cancer patient needs. Now, there's a very popular trend right now in the dating world called ghosting. What is ghosting, you ask? Well, that's when you're dating someone, you're in a relationship, and without any notice, without any rationale, they just disappear. So, in a relationship sense, ghost all you want. There's always another ghost to spew their ectoplasm all over me. But when it comes to ghosting for a cancer patient, it's actually one of the dirty secrets of cancer that nobody talks about. But today we are going to talk about it because it's very important and people need to know. Now, when you tell people about your diagnosis, there's going to generally be three types of responses. The first is the rallying response, and those are the people, your close friends, your family, who just want to be there to give you love and support. Beautiful. Now, the second one is called the unburdened support, and these are people who will say, keep praying, you're going to get through this, you're a fighter, but there's really no personal connection, and in reality, they don't want to be burdened with your reality. Now, this may not be the response that you're looking for, but it's far better than the people who are number three, and those are the ghosters. Now, you have to understand that, people are only human, and there's a lot of reasons why somebody may choose to ghost you. Alright, number 7. You may be pulling away, or put another way, you may be isolating yourself. And that's certainly something that I went through because I didn't necessarily know how to talk to people about my diagnosis and didn't know how they would react. But the reality is you have to ask for help. You have to ask for the support. All right, number 6. Friends may feel like they need to be cheerleaders, and that can lead to resentment. And again, we're only human. Our friends are only human. And if they're always having to be that positive force, it can be quite exhausting for them. And they may just choose to, disconnect. Number 5, cancer changes the roles that we play in friendship. And again, this comes back to that idea of being a cheerleader. When you hear that someone has cancer, many people will evaluate whether or not they can be that rock. And they feel that if they can't be, then maybe it's better to disappear until things blow over. It's not classy, but it's a decision that people have to make because we, as humans, are all about protecting ourselves. All right, number 4, and this is a big one. Illness brings people in touch with their own mortality, even when it's not their own. And, while a cancer patient may be faced with, understanding their mortality, for other people, they can see someone like myself. I was a model, I was a bodybuilder, I invented the Post-it notes. And they see someone who has this kind of strength that suddenly out of nowhere gets diagnosed with cancer, and they begin to question themselves and they get scared. All right, number 3. There are narcissists out there, and the reality is they can't bear for your own health issues to be stealing their spotlight, and that's not the type of person that you need. All right, number 2. Some people just weren't the friends that you thought they were. And it's very important to know, when someone is a real, true friend, and when they're just a fair weather friend, and that's just the way the world works. And number 1, and this is probably one of the most important, is that, friends just may not know how to react. And as a result, it just feels better to say nothing and do nothing and maybe disappear. And that was Sandra's Top 7 Reasons Why People Ghost. We'll be right back after these messages. Butter. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. I was just finishing up some of my candy that I got trick-or-treating around the treatment center. I'll put that down. Now, for every, sour apple that you meet, or come across, you're going to meet some sweethearts, just like this chocolate that I was eating. Stuck in my teeth. So, I have some strategies for you to make sure that you're capturing all the delicious candies and none of the candy corn. So I think, first of all, you have to understand that it's not personal when somebody ghosts on you. This is not your issue, it's their issue. They don't have the self-confidence, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the understanding, about what you're going through and about what their response should be. And, if they truly are someone whose friendship that you value, you can educate them on it. Another piece you also have to understand is that cancer really does help us understand who our real friends are. And when I shared my diagnosis with a lot of people down here, I came across a good handful who have taken me under their wings, who check in on me, fly me out to the islands when I'm not feeling great, and it's been wonderful. And you really have to put those positive experiences to the forefront. And just remember that there are people out there who love you. But it's also about, give and take, and that's what a friendship is. You can't all be taking, you also have to be giving. Another thing that I also think is very important is really maintaining a schedule for yourself, and really trying to keep up with your old life, and with those people who are important for you. So for me, I still go into work after chemo. Now, of course, I take 4 days to recover, but I go into work, I socialize, I go to the gym, and I really try to keep myself as normal as possible, because for many patients, myself included, we want to be treated like the people we already are, not like somebody who needs to be coddled, and treated as some delicate flower. Because Lord knows I'm not a delicate flower. I'm a Venus flytrap. Sorry, I'm a little bit hungry. I'm getting towards the end of my chemo. And with that though, really comes the realization that you shouldn't be afraid to let a friendship go. It is not your job to be teaching other people how to be good friends. But it's also important to realize that you're going to have your real true friends who circle around you and love you and support you, and then you're going to have your fair weather friends who just want to go out, have a good time, get fisted, get pounded, bukkake all over you. Alright, my wonder people. As you can see, I'm all cloaked up, which means that I'm about to end my chemotherapy, which brings us to the close of another episode of Chemo Talk. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Of course, it's always a delight. Please send any questions you may have to me through the DMs on Instagram, on Twitter, YouTube, as well as TikTok. Of course, subscribe for more great content coming your way. And I also want to thank so much the fantastic staff at Tower Hematology Oncology. I'm showering them with chocolate today. I have my bag here. I'm just about to go out trick-or-treating. And of course, stay true to yourselves, live, laugh, and love, and have a happy Halloween. Bye!